I think we can all say that when the new year comes around, being in one of those new year slumps is something we've all been able to relate to at some point. I know our feeds have already been flooded with the pressure to make 2023 our best year yet, and that pressure that comes with that can sometimes send us into cycles of comparing ourselves, doubting ourselves, choosing comfort over getting things done, and the whole analysis paralysis situation. And while I definitely think there's an importance in stillness and rest and just figuring out what you want for the new year ahead, the pressure and overwhelm that comes with a new year can sometimes really just hold us back. I actually found myself in a major slump at the beginning of this year, and these are the steps that I followed to get myself out of it. So I thought I'd create this simple little guide on how to get out of a slump so that we can all bounce back and really just show up for ourselves again. Whether you're seeing this at the beginning of the year or you're seeing this mid-November, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's never too late to start. This step is key because it's going to form the foundation for you to actually move forward. It's going to act as your reminder or your why, especially on those hard days or low moments where you just don't really see the point in trying. Those days are unfortunately inevitable, and it's just really handy to have something to look back on to remind you of why you wanted to start in the first place. I personally like to do this on Canva, but you can also just download pictures off of the internet or Pinterest and print them and then just stick them on canvas or stick them in a journal. Literally whichever way you'd prefer, it doesn't matter. But the whole point of this is to really just get into it and visualize the life that you want, or visualize the person that you really want to become. And honestly, don't be afraid to dream big. You're going to really want to steer clear from any limiting beliefs or what you think is impossible to achieve right now. So this is a little sneak peek of my vision board for 2023. I'm not going to go into all of my goals, but two things I really want to remember this year is that I am worthy of abundance and don't stop until you're proud. So I've put those two little affirmations there, and then right next to that I've got the YouTube play button and 100k, referring to 100k subscribers. So this is what I mean by don't let your limiting beliefs take over. I have about 300 subscribers at the moment, so that goal sounds absolutely wild, I know, but you also never know what can happen in a year, especially if you're putting in the work. Don't ever put a limit on what you think you can achieve. So for example, if your goal is to earn 100k per month, then rather than saying my goal is to earn 100k per month, say that my goal is to earn 100k per month or more. That way you aren't creating this limiting belief for yourself that your earning potential is capped at 100k per month, when there's still a possibility that it could be much more than that, but you just don't believe it's possible. So that's just something to keep in mind while creating your vision board. Don't limit yourself. Dream big. Step 2. Dig deep. This is probably the hardest step of them all, and it's probably going to be the step that you feel the most resistance to. But you're really going to need to get to the root of why you're in a rut in the first place. Is it fear? Is it boredom? Is it burnout? It might be perfectionism, anxiety, being stuck in analysis paralysis, not knowing where to start. All of those things have a deeper cause, something below the surface of all of them. So you're going to want to ask yourself, what is it that is truly holding me back and keeping me in this negative space? Obviously, digging deep can be scary, but it is going to set the foundation for you to move forward and really get yourself out of the rut you've been in. If you don't understand why you're feeling stuck or unable to move forward, you're never going to be able to deal with it at the source, and chances are you'll most likely slip back into it. I find the best way to do this is with journaling. So what I did was I wrote at the top of a page, what is truly holding me back, and then I just let everything flow onto the page. Literally whatever came to mind, I just wrote it. I didn't overthink it, I just wrote it down. The next thing I did was ask myself, but why? And then I dug even deeper. So whatever answer I came up or whatever excuse I came up with, I'd just say, but why? But why am I feeling that way? And then I'd come up with an answer to that, and then I'd ask myself again, but why? And I did this until I really got to the root of why I was feeling stuck. The final step is to ask yourself, how can I move past this? How can I get out of this? How can I escape this feeling of just not being able to start, just not being able to move forward? And then obviously write down some action steps, or maybe even just like one of those brainstorming pages where you just come up with things that you can do, things that you do have control over right now that can help you get out of this rut that you're in and closer to the life that you want to be living. As I said, this step is more like a brainstorming session, so don't overthink it. Just come up with things that you can do now. Step 3, get specific. So now that you're clear on your vision, what you want for your life, and you're clear on why you've been stuck in the first place, and you've got an idea of how you can get out of it, you're really going to want to get specific. So this is where you plan out routines for yourself. You find habits that you want to incorporate into your life, into your daily routines. This is when you're going to come up with a solid action plan. So take a look at what you came up with in your journaling, brainstorming session, whatever you decided to do, and break it down into manageable steps that will help you become the person you want to be. Just a little tip for this step: keep it fun, keep it simple, keep it realistic, and most importantly, keep it flexible. Make it something that you're going to look forward to doing, and definitely make sure it's sustainable. If you keep it too rigid and you're too hard on yourself, chances are it's not going to stick, and you're going to end up in the same position once again. Step 4, and this step is related to step 3, this is where you're going to schedule your action plan into your life. Set a date, set a time, set a place, and then make sure that you show up for yourself. Even if you don't complete everything you wanted to complete in one sitting or one day or 1 week, whatever your action plan was, it's okay. It doesn't matter, because the most important thing is that you did show up for yourself. You showed up and you tried, and that is so much better than just staying in your head, obsessing over this life that you want, but you just can't get there. Start small. Don't go too hard on yourself. It has to be something that you can achieve, that will help you feel better. You want to get yourself out of a negative space, and to do that you need to do things that make you feel better. Don't create an action plan that is going to make you feel worse and that's going to make you feel more stuck and overwhelm you. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, puts it, just try and get 1% better every day. So just try and get 1% closer to your goals every single day. 1%, that's doable. And to do that, you need to set up the right system. So that is why you need to come up with that action plan and actually schedule it into your life, set a deadline for yourself, and just go after it. Now at this point, you'll either just be so excited to just jump right into getting that life you've always dreamed of, or you might be feeling overwhelmed or even scared of starting. It's important to remember that that is okay. You're human. It's gonna happen. It's normal, but you are going to have to move past it. You're going to need to accept it and sit with the discomfort and choose to move forward anyway. Instead of fearing starting, fear what will happen if you never start. If that vision board of yours never becomes a reality, or you never get to live that dream life you're wanting to live so badly. You're going to need to commit and then just make the decision to start anyway. And that is why scheduling it in is really important. Work towards it rather than fearing it, because all that's doing is holding you back and keeping you stuck. I think fear actually holds a lot of us back more than we're aware of. We're scared of failing. We're scared of being rejected. We're scared of what people are going to think of us. We're scared of letting ourselves down and not achieving what we set out to achieve. But here's the thing, we will never know the outcome of something and just how capable we are if we never just start. So if we can move past that whole fear situation and just start, then we're already winning. Step 5, you're going to want to optimize your environment and set it up for success. Declutter, clean your home, refresh your workspace. Whatever you can do to get yourself into a better headspace, do it. Most of us aren't able to function in a space that feels cluttered or dirty. It overwhelms us. And you know what they say, clear space, clear mind. And that goes for toxic people too. There's nothing more energy draining than a toxic person. So if there's a toxic person that is really holding you back or holding you down, you gotta get that shit out of there. Step 6 is tracking your progress every single day. You can do this through a habit tracker, a journal, an app, a spreadsheet, whatever. It's just going to help you see areas that you're doing well in and areas you might need to prioritize, areas that you're not doing well in, and you might even find areas that you might need to rework completely, and that is okay. Like, if something's not working for you, it's not going to make you feel better, it's not going to help you get out of the rut. So find things that are working for you and find things that are really pushing you and driving you and motivating you, and focus on them. This is something I've been doing for the first little bit of this year, and I really find it's working with consistency and also motivation. It just acts as a reminder, if you slip up one day, it's okay, you get another chance the next day. And it just helps you see the bigger picture rather than hyper focusing on one day. We're not always going to have the motivation, so that is where the whole discipline factor comes in, and thinking beyond this present moment, thinking beyond the present you. So it's all about doing the little things that are going to make future you happy, the little things that are going to make future you thank you for getting out of the space that you were in. Just think a little bit further into the future. I know being present and being in the moment and in the now is something that's really being pushed, but you also have to have something to look towards to be able to get yourself out of a negative space. Something that you're looking forward to, or something that's motivating you, or something that's just really driving you. You're gonna need those things. So while I definitely agree that being present is something we all should try and do every single day, I don't think there's anything wrong with looking towards the future as a source of motivation and drive. And if you're still struggling with just getting going, just remember, time is going by anyway. It's not waiting for anyone. So we might as well be spending it bettering ourselves and getting closer to the things that you've really been wanting for your life. Step 7. This one is more of a practice, but it is finding affirmations that truly resonate with you. Something that motivates you, something that makes you feel good, you know, something that you can hold on to in the low moments. The more you tell yourself something, the more you're going to believe it. So it's all about just shifting that thought pattern. Something that I really love to do is setting up reminders on my phone. So I'll just find affirmations on Pinterest, or I have these little oracle decks, and sometimes they have affirmations in them. You can also get affirmation decks, but yeah, what I like to do is find an affirmation and then I set it up as a reminder on my phone, and I specifically set them up to pop up daily and at times that I feel my motivation really just dips. So it's first thing in the morning, where before I get out of bed I have an affirmation that pops up, and then I have one in the afternoon. Obviously I've deleted them all here so that I could show you how I set them up, but I usually have multiple affirmations that pop up throughout the day when I know my motivation is low. Another thing I really like to do is repeating them, writing them over and over and over again in my journal, just to really plant them in my subconscious, because that's really what we're trying to do here. And to shift your thought pattern, you really are going to need to try and ingrain them in your subconscious mind. Just some examples of affirmations that I'm really trying to live by this year. Each step forward sets you free, and my success is inevitable. I also really love good things are coming. That one really, just when I'm feeling sad and when I'm feeling like, oh, is this ever going to change? Like I'm putting in the work but I'm not seeing anything. Good things are coming. When I'm having a really shit day, good things are coming. It just really helps. It helps pick you up, and as I said, that's just something you're gonna want when you're really not feeling too hot mentally. Okay, and now for the final step. Do something that makes you feel good. Have fun, try something new, have a self-care day. I think taking care of ourselves and finding balance in life is so important when we're trying to get out of a funk. It's hard to take care of yourself when you're not feeling your best. Just take it one day at a time. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. The more you take care of yourself, the more energized, more confident you're gonna feel, the more motivated you're gonna feel. So it really is just worth it. Take your dog for a walk, go for a walk on the beach, go for a long sunset drive. Literally, you can do anything. Just have fun. Do things that make you happy. I know how suffocating it can feel to be stuck in a negative pattern and have no idea how to get out of it. It's one thing to write all of your goals and plans down and create vision boards and action plans, but if you don't actually put in the work and show up for yourself, nothing is ever going to change. You've got to do this for you. Look, we all have unlimited potential within us. We are all capable of achieving amazing things. We've just got to start. We've just got to commit to it. We've just got to commit to the journey and enjoy the journey. Don't resent the journey. The journey is what's going to get you there. So don't resent the bad days. Don't resent the moments where you feel like just not getting out of bed and you just feel like, what the hell is the point in all of this? Don't resent that, because even though it might feel like you're failing, you're only failing if you don't try and make a change. If you're trying to make a change, then that's what you should be holding on to, because letting your fear of failure or whatever it is you failing yourself. It's letting yourself down. It's not starting and failing that's going to let you down. It's never trying that's going to make you feel like a failure. And staying in a negative pattern is never going to serve you. It's not serving you now, and it's not going to serve you tomorrow. There needs to be a limit on all these excuses we keep feeding ourselves. These steps and realizations really helped me get out of the slump that I was in. I was honestly feeling so hopeless at one stage, but I feel like doing all of these things really just helped light the fire in me again. It helped me feel motivated, more confident. And yeah, I really hope it will do the same for any of you guys who are finding yourself in one of those horrible little New Year slumps, or just a slump in general. But let me know if you have any other tips on getting out of a slump in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you all so much love, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.